Hey, it's me, Don Cherry, good Canadian boy from Kingston, Ontario, home of Paul Bernardo, other not-so-good Canadian boy. You may know me as a zero-time Stanley Cup champion and host of Coach's Corner for 87 years before they fired my ass. Why did they fire my ass anyway? What did I do? All I said was, if you people want to come into our country, you like our milk and honey, the least you can do is spend a couple of bucks and buy yourself a poppy. I mean, what's the big deal in saying that? Oh my God, how much time is left now? 1 minute? They keep cutting me off. Anyhow, roll the next clip now. So, Ron McLean couldn't be here because he has a teeny weenie, but I'm here because Andrew wanted me back. He didn't want me on Big Brother Cheesecake 5 All-Stars because he said that I'm too controversial. What? How am I controversial? And how'd that work out for you with that one cunt calling the other one a cunt last season? Yeah, that worked out real well. So he said, Donnie, we want you back. And I said, of course I'll come back. You look like you're made of shit, so you need my help. So here I am, back again to host Big Brother Cheesecake 6 Hockey Sticks. They're gonna rock 'em. They're gonna sock 'em. They're gonna 69 'em. And at the end of 85 days, one of them will reign supreme as the winner of Big Brother Cheesecake 6 Hockey Sticks. And buy a poppy or I'll fist your asshole! Hello, I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonves. Welcome to the season premiere of Big Brother Cheesecake 6 Hockey Sticks. In just moments, 16 brand new house guests, the first fresh cast in season 1, will embark on an 85-day power struggle for a $600 cash prize. This is so exciting! The runner-up wins a $100 cash prize, while everybody else gets nothing, except this hockey puck, courtesy of our friends at Golf Town. Golf Town, when you need hockey supplies, go to Golf Town. They sell Pringles by the cash register. Shout out to Sheila, register 4. So for those of you who don't know how Big Brother Cheesecake works, which I actually believe for the first time ever, everybody, besides All-Stars, everybody knows how Big Brother Cheesecake works because this cast is fierce. There are some serious gamers here, and this is going to be a lit season. Can't believe I just used that word. But yeah, in case you don't know, each week there's a head of household competition. The winner is the head of household and must nominate 2 of his or her fellow house guests for eviction. There is then a golden power veto competition. The winner can choose to use the golden power veto to save one of the 2 nominees from the chopping block, forcing the head of household to name a replacement nominee, or leaving the nominations as is. The remainder of the house then votes to evict one of the 2 nominees from the game and from the Big Brother Cheesecake 6 house. This process will repeat for 13 weeks until we are down to our final 2, where a jury of their peers will vote for the winner of Big Brother Cheesecake 6 Hockey Sticks. Okay, it's that simple. There's a couple of rules I need to address. One, something I started last season, and it is sticking permanently, is no screenshots. Under no circumstances can you send or receive a screenshot for any reason. Just like in Big Brother, if somebody tells you something, you have to decide for yourself if they're telling the truth or not. You cannot send screenshots as proof of anything. If I catch anybody sending or receiving screenshots, it's a stiff penalty. You will not be able to compete in any head of household competitions up to and including the week of the final 6. In addition, new this season, any alliance or group chats of 3 or more people must include myself. So one-on-one chats you don't have to do. It's just too much for me to follow, and I don't want to please you that much. Plus, one-on-one chats are a pain in the ass to create. But if you are in an alliance or group chat of 3 or more people, you must include myself. If I catch any group chats with 3 or more people without me in it, then again, everybody in that chat will not be able to compete in any head of household competitions up to and including the week of the final 6. What will happen as well is every Wednesday, which is eviction night, I will announce how many active alliance/group chats there are. I'm not going to say how many people are in them. I'm not going to say the names. I'm not going to say who is in them. All I'm going to say is there are 4 active group chats. We'll say alliances. There are 4 active alliances in the season currently. That way, if you're in only, 1 or 2 and there's, let's say, 6 or 7, you know that that's not really great. But yeah. Okay, so the theme of this season is obviously hockey. My grandmother immigrated to Canada in 1965. She watched the Leafs win their last Stanley Cup in 1967. She watched the Habs when they were good, win a number of Stanley Cups in the 70s and 80s. I'm a good Canadian boy. I watched hockey growing up. What would happen too is my dad would drop me off at my grandmother's on Saturday so that he could beep my mom. And my grandmother and I had a tradition where she would pour herself a glass of brandy and she would not be able to drink until the Leafs scored their first goal. So some nights she wouldn't drink at all, which was not put her in a bad mood. But the Leafs actually, when I was watching with my grandmother in the late 90s, early 2000s under Pat Quinn, were actually a good team. They made the playoffs 6 years in a row, and they made the third round twice. So, pretty good. But with the exception of one competition, you do not need to know anything about hockey to do well in Big Brother Cheesecake. It's just the theme. Some of the competitions and some of the twists are themed around hockey, but like, for instance, Lindsay, season 4 was Office Wars. She didn't know anything about The Office, and she finished in 2nd place. So it's just a theme. Don't worry if you are not familiar with hockey. Okay, now it's time to get to the first Head of Household competition of the season. Free from the threat of eviction, the Head of Household wins the perks of... Ah! That sound, every time it gets me. Every season it gets louder and louder. That sound means a twist is about to be unleashed upon the house guests. Not 1, not 2, but 3 season-long twists. If you know me, you know I'm a Big Brother purist. I try not to mess with the game as much. I hate twists. I find that twists are usually a way for production to help the people that they like get further in the game. Whereas my twists are fair and transparent in that I tell you what they are day 1, and good players can use them to score a hat trick, while bad players let them get shut out of the game. See what I did there? The first of 3 twists this season is the conference twist, and here's how it works. You may have noticed in the cover photo that all of the girls are on the left or western side of the cover photo, while all of the boys are on the right or eastern side of the cover photo. That is because, for the first time in Big Brother Cheesecake history, or in Big Brother history, period, we are playing Battle of the Sexes. That's right, just like Survivor Amazon, won by Jenna Maraska, and Survivor One World, won by Kim Spradlin, you are playing with your gender. If a girl or Western Conference member wins Head of Household, all of the girls are safe, and a boy will be evicted. If a boy or Eastern Conference member wins Head of Household, all the boys are safe, and a girl will be evicted. It's that simple. This twist will go on for a predetermined amount of time. That's twist 1. Twist 2 is the alumni vote. So, in the past 5 seasons, 58 different house guests have participated in Big Brother Cheesecake. They are the reason why Big Brother Cheesecake has become so popular, to the point where not tens, but hundreds of people watch these episodes daily. No, it's true. I mean it. And I want to give back to them because I love all 58 of them, all of them. And so I'm giving them the opportunity each week to cast 1 eviction vote. All 58 house guests, and I'm not chasing anybody. So if you're an alumni and you're watching, there will be a window. If not, that's okay. I'm suspecting about 20 of the 58 will vote every week. So all 58 will have the chance to vote. Whichever nominee receives more votes against from the alumni will get one additional eviction vote against. So for instance, week 1, head of household, 2 nominees, leaves us with 13 people. So there was 13 house guests voting, plus the alumni vote makes it 14 votes week 1. Yeah. And you are allowed to talk to any alumni you want. You're allowed to campaign however you wish, in case you feel you need the alumni vote to keep you in the game. Okay, that's twist 2. Twist 3 is a classic twist that I love, but I made it a little complicated this season, so you're just going to have to bear with me. There's a lot to it, but it is very similar to the Snape's Lair in Season 2, Bottom of the Sea in Season 3, Prank or No Prank in Season 4. It is called the penalty shot, and here's how it works. So, each week, 1 or 2 house guests will have the opportunity to take a penalty shot. I will spin the wheel. We are upgrading from pieces of paper to the wheel, and whoever it lands on, and I'm going to get to the wheel in a second, will have the chance, if they wish, to pick one of these 12 pucks. We have the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, the Boston Bruins, the Calgary Flames, the Chicago Blackhawks, the Dallas Stars, the Detroit Red Wings, the Edmonton Oilers, the Montreal Canadiens, the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the Winnipeg Jets. I will say real quick because I know I'm going to forget. Okay, 8 of the pucks contain something good, a power in the game, while 4 of the pucks contain something bad, a punishment in the game. All 12 pucks were selected at random in terms of what they have. So don't think that because I like certain teams or don't like certain teams, that has anything to do with it. It was selected at random, so any team can have something good or bad. The reason why it's 8 and 4 is because in Season 4, it was 6 and 6, and that's how I think it was in the past. And people were constantly being pussies and not going for it. Nick said no, Brazil said no. I think Lindsay eventually said yes, but she said no a lot. I think Curtis said no a lot. There were quite a few people that just said no. So to tempt people, there's 8 good, 4 bad. I'm not going to tell you what any of them are, and some of them are new, but I will tell you what one of the bad ones are. One of the bad ones is the Pooh Brown Power Veto. This is the worst veto you can possibly win because in one of the first 4 weeks upon receiving the Pooh Brown Power Veto, you must use it post-veto ceremony to take one of the 2 nominees off the chopping block, and you are the replacement nominee. No other power can save you in the game. You must sit yourself up on the block, and the only way to survive it is to win in the eviction vote next to the person you sit yourself next to. So this is very bad because it comes after the veto ceremony, and so it's almost a death sentence. Curtis in Season 4, Jonathan in Season 3, and Chris in Season 2 succumbed to the Pooh Brown Power Veto. But Nicole in Season 3 and Rhonda in Season 5 survived it. So it does have a 40% survival rating, 100% for women, 0% for men. So we'll see what happens this season, but trust me, you want to avoid that. Now, also, if you say no, so if the wheel lands on you and you say no, you don't want to go for it, that's okay, there's no penalty, but you cannot, if there's pucks left over, you will never have the opportunity to select a puck again. Because if there's leftover pucks, people who went once will get to go a second time. And everybody gets the opportunity to be tempted first before anybody gets to go again, to keep it fair. Okay, so here is the wheel making its appearance for the 3rd season in a row. Best thing I ever bought from IKEA. Let's center you. Okay, so as you can see, everybody's name from Zach. Did I go the wrong way? Yeah. Everybody's name from Zach all the way to Amethyst is on the wheel. And Amethyst, I'm sorry, I meant to make you M because Amy's A. And then I totally forgot about Megan. So I'm like, shit, I already printed these M's. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just reverse it. So W is the new M or A. Anyway. Yeah. So everybody's on the wheel once. But there are 8 penalty wedges. The penalty wedges that are currently on the wheel are charging, elbowing, hooking, one second, interference, slashing, too many cocks on ice, licking,
oh, it is a night of spite,
and fisting. I had to. So, let's just do a fun one, just for fun. This does not count. So hypothetically, oh, it landed on a penalty wedge. So let's just say it landed on Zach. If Zach decided to take a penalty shot, whatever he selected, that puck we're going to go with. Now, if it lands on one of the penalty wedges, like it did, it landed on interference, and it is not occupied, I'll just spin the wheel again. But if you want to increase your chances of being landed on, you can try to draw a penalty. How do you draw a penalty? You must convince another house guest in the group chat to commit a penalty against you. So if Zach feels like he's in danger and he wants more wedges on the wheel, he can ask Steven to go in the group chat, and if Steven says yes, to say, Steven fists Zach. And if Steven fists Zach in the group chat, then this wedge will become a Zach wedge, and it'll increase his real estate. There's no limit to how many penalties you can draw per week, but you can only commit a penalty once per week. And you can commit a penalty on yourself. So Zach could say Zach fists himself, and this will become a Zach wedge. But again, you can only commit a penalty once per week. There's no limit to how many you can draw, so it is possible for Zach to get 8 people to help him get there. So yeah. And so yeah, that's how that is going to work. Now this happens, house guests, very important. This happens every Thursday, which is tomorrow. So all of you, all 16 of you, first of all, if you want to commit any penalties, now is the time to do it. The deadline is 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. But more importantly, penalty shot is tomorrow. All 16 of you, by 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, pay attention. Well, I forgot Chad's not playing, but still, pay attention. You must privately message me by 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight whether or not you are going to take a penalty shot if the wheel lands on you. Bear in mind, 8 are good, 4 are bad, so 2 in 3 chance of getting something good. And if it's a yes, which of the 12 pucks are you going with? And I will put them in the group chat. So once again, by 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, privately message me either yes or no to penalty shot if it lands on you. And if it's a yes, which puck are you going with? And I may as well reveal now. Nah, I'll reveal it tomorrow. I'll keep you on your toes. Okay, so now it's time to get to... Oh, and everything earned here, good or bad, is valid up to and including the week of the final 7. Everything earned here, good or bad, up to final 7. And I forgot to mention the alumni vote. That's valid, that's in play up to and including the week of the final 6. Okay, now it's time to get to, finally, the first head of household competition of the season. Free from the threat of eviction, the head of household wins the perks of his or her private HOH bedroom and bathroom, a video from home, a fruit basket with Arby's, and the responsibility of nominating 2 of his or her fellow house guests for eviction. The first head of household competition of the season will be controversial. It's called the Big Brother Amazing Race. And here's how it works. I've been hosting Big Brother Cheesecake for 6 years. And anybody who's hosted an org will tell you that the planning part, casting, preliminary, planning the competitions, registration, all that stuff is such a pain in the butt. Now that the game has started, now this is the fun part. I love this part. But everything that happened before this sucked. And what really sucks is every season of Big Brother Cheesecake, you always get one or two people that say yes, and then they take weeks, months to pay the money to get their cover photo in and to rank 20 cheesecakes. Months! And I'm like, and then I have to pester people and badger them. Hey, can you get your registration in? Hey, I don't want you to give up your spot, da-da-da-da. I will admit, this cast, congratulations, tap yourself on the shoulder. You were probably the fastest cast to get everything done. So it's kind of bad timing, but the competition was planned in advance. It's very simple. The first person who paid their registration fee, sent in their cover photo, and their list of 20 cheesecakes, from the time you accepted to play Big Brother Cheesecake till the time you did it, whoever did it the fastest is the new head of household. And the stakes are huge because if a boy wins, all the boys are safe. If a girl wins, all the girls are safe. Now, I did make one change. Right when I started this, the second person who accepted a spot in Big Brother Cheesecake said to me, "Can I pay the money next week because I only get paid next week?" And I thought, you know what? I got to take the money out of it because some people can pay $35 right off the bat, some people can't. In addition, PayPal, I find, for the Americans and the British house guests, is a royal pain in the butt. And if you don't have it, you got to take the time to actually register for it. And that can take 5 to 10 minutes, so that really cuts into your time too, versus Canadians have e-transfer, or if anybody knows me, they could have given me cash. So I decided to take the money element out of it. It is strictly your cover photo and your 20 cheesecakes ranked. Whoever did that the fastest is the new head of household. There is one, twist to this competition, but that will be revealed tomorrow. So I believe I've gotten through everything. A reminder, house guests, to submit your penalty shot submissions, get to know each other in your conference chats and in the main chat. I am so excited for this season. It's going to be epic. I really believe that's everything. And you have to do your penalty shot submissions not knowing if your side of the house is in power or not, which kind of sucks. But good luck with that. Okay. With that said, who will be the first head of household of the season winning the Big Brother Amazing Race? Find out tomorrow. And who will be tempted to take a penalty shot? Will they do it, and what will they get? That's also tomorrow. Friday is the first nomination ceremony of the season, and we pick players for the first Golden Power Veto competition of the season. Saturday is the first episode of Extra Whip, where Brazil, Nicole, and myself will dish the dirt, and they will make their draft picks. And it's the Golden Power Veto rules. Sunday is the Golden Power Veto results. Monday, the Golden Power Veto ceremony. Tuesday, the final two nominees plead their case. And Wednesday, 1 week from today, is the first live eviction and head of household competition, where the first house guest will be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 6 house, fail to clinch a spot in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and lose their shot at the $600 cash prize. I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonves. Take care, and remember, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Good night.